to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my lonely.
Welcome to my channel. I'm Gary Buriawan, and today is another everyday photography vlog. You can watch the other everyday photography vlog right here, but basically this is the video series where I try to challenge myself to do photography as often as I can. I try to do it every day, but it's getting tiring, so I'm doing it maybe about once a week or twice a week, something like that, a little bit more manageable. Anyway, today the objective is to try to use a macro lens for both portrait and also for landscape photography. It's gonna be interesting. Anyway, I'm in this location right here. This is the Wanawatu restaurant in Yogyakarta. I've been here before. I will put a link up here, but basically at that time I was able to capture Mount Merapi together with Prambanan Temple over there. Today it's cloudy, the weather is not really that good today, so we only have the Prambanan Temple over there, but nevertheless we will still try and come up with something that's interesting enough for today's video. Speaking of camera gear, I'm keeping it very simple today, just one camera and one lens. The lens for today's video is the Meike 60mm f2.8 for micro four thirds, and my camera of choice as usual is a micro four thirds camera, the Panasonic Lumix GX85. Now let's try to shoot some pictures. Alright, so for our first scene of the day, it's a little bit unfortunate because last time we were here, Mount Merapi was clearly visible and it's just very nice to get this vantage point, but today it's cloudy and hazy, lots of smokes, lots of pollution, so I don't think we're going to see Mount Merapi today. But anyway, I'm interested in trying to frame the Prambanan Temple over there. As you can see, I hope you can see, it's very small right there in between the umbrellas. So I'm using the Meike 60mm f2.8 macro lens for shooting long-range landscape today, so I hope this lens will work. It's a little bit difficult to do manual focus at this focal length because it's just so thin and it's just very difficult to get it really precise, but we're going to try anyway. That's the whole point of this vlogs. Alright, so I'm thinking about a vertical composition like this, trying to employ the umbrellas right here into sort of a foreground of interest to help to frame the scenery to make it look better. So yeah, first thing first, this is the composition. I hope you can see what I'm doing on the camera. And then now it's time to focus, which is, oh my god, really difficult. I think I'm going to stop down to f5.6. I'm at aperture priority, by the way, and this will be in RAW, so hopefully later on I will be able to edit and try to get the colors and contrast and whatnot. So this is the composition that I have in mind. Let's try to capture it. Alright, something like that. Let's use electronic shutter because I want to preserve the shutter life of this camera. Alright, oh, it's very difficult to focus, but I'm thinking of it as sort of a challenge. Let's try one more time. Yeah, it's just very sensitive. I hope this one is in focus. Alright, so for the next shot I went downstairs and now I'm going to try to take a portrait of my wife. So she's been very kind and very patient. I'm going to try to use this macro lens to shoot portrait, which is another difficult thing to do because of the manual focus. Once again, as you can see, I'm trying to focus my wife. This is f2.8, so everything is very there's not enough of tolerance when it comes to focus. Alright, so this is the composition and I think I'm already in focus. Aperture priority, let's take the shot. Alright, change pose. Look over here. Okay, again we have to refocus, trying to make sure that her face is sharp, at least her eyes. It's gonna take a while, but alright, I think this is already sharp. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Change pose. I'm trying to frame her together with the Prambanan Temple, so I'm going to do something like this while she was sitting. Oh, where's the temple again? Oh, that way. Alright, let's try to focus again. It's a little bit difficult, but we're going to do it anyway. This is part of the process. I'm going to step a little bit to the left and refocus. Something like this. Alright, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Alright, for the next composition, I'm thinking of trying to capture that Prambanan temple again, but this time with the 3 branches below there as sort of a frame within the frame kind of thing. Something like this I hope you can see on the camera. It's not too complicated. This is the kind of composition that I usually do in this everyday photography vlog. So now the next thing to do is to manual focus, which is a little bit challenging as usual. I'm going to set it to f5.6 aperture priority. Let's try to focus on the temple. I'm going to take my time, trying to make sure that the temple is perfectly in focus. Right. Let's take a couple of pictures. I think I captured a bird on one of the frames. I will show it to you right now, maybe. Let's try to focus one more time. So this lens forced me to slow down a lot. I cannot really do like spray and pray because of the focus. It doesn't have autofocus, so I have to kind of refocus every time I'm going to take the shot, and I think that really helps me to slow down, be more intentional with how I take the pictures, and I think that's perfect for me to really enjoy the photography process even more. Right now we have some lights from the west, like the almost golden hour kind of light, and I think it really helps to sculpt the temple a little bit to bring it more texture. I think this is really nice. Alright, now I'm switching to the east. I'm trying to capture those fields right there with the buildings behind as sort of a kind of leading line, using the road right here, just like a standard scenery kind of picture with the 60mm. Those white buildings over there, the big one, I think really caught my attention, so I'm trying to include it in the frame. Now this is my composition, something like this. I'm employing a little bit of the 3 branches on the right and also on the bottom, and I'm trying to have this composition right here, but it's a little bit difficult. Maybe I need to move a little bit to the right. Maybe I will not include the 3 on the right and just focus on the white building over there. So this is my composition, and now it's time to focus. All right. Let's reset the focus area to the middle, and yeah, I'm making sure that I have the best focus by punching in, zooming in. I think that's the best focus right there. Alright, this is the composition that I'm thinking of. Let's try to take the picture, and let's try to refocus again, making sure that I'm not moving things. Alright. Maybe let's stop down to f8 to help with the focusing, because it's just so thin and so narrow. There's not much of tolerance, and that's actually quite difficult for me. Let's try one more time. Oh wow, it really takes a lot of patience, and wow, it really forced me to slow down, to really be more intentional, as I mentioned earlier, but I kind of enjoy it. I'm not complaining, One more time. Alright. And that wraps up today's video. So that is all for today's video. I hope that you find this video to be interesting, useful, and inspiring as well. Makes you want to go out and try to photograph something. That's always the whole point of why I'm making these everyday photography vlogs, to inspire you to create something, to take more pictures. It's not about talking gear all the time, but it's also about going out and using your camera gear. So please let me know what do you think of today's video, and also about the pictures, and also let me know what do you think about this lens, the Meike 60mm f2.8. I will make a review. It's going to come shortly after a few videos, maybe this week, maybe next week. Stay tuned for that. Also, don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. And if you want to support my channel even further, consider using the affiliate links down in the description and use the super thanks button. Thank you, and see you on the next video. Goodbye.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated.